All right, some of you might be wondering, what is Jesse doing under his desk? Some of you know me well enough and don't think that's weird. But it's because I like all the space, really. Uh, okay, I'm kidding. Um, I like this desk though because it is so very open. There are no legs at the face of it, which has been really nice when I need to move around because it's a corner desk. But even right now, I've got most of the wiring on the top side neat and orderly. I've got some raceways coming from Amazon that will take care of like this mess because the raceway will go up here and allow me to tuck all those wires in, and it's got breakout points. Hi, how you doing? So I'll be able to tuck all those wires away. But what I can't do with that is hide these power strips. I've got a pair of them. And so I thought what I'd do is model up some brackets to mount those to the bottom of the desk. So here's kind of how I do that. Let's see if this works as far as on camera is concerned. Oh, my own chair is in my way now. Oh, goodness. All right. Hi, how we doing? That's terrible. Let's just do that. Okay, so I come down here with my handy caliper. Just a standard digital caliper. I bought it at the hardware store, nothing fancy. Pad and paper. What I need to do is get some measurements on this power strip so I can figure out what kind of holder I want to make for it. Now, this one is like some of the other ones on the market where it does have, you could put little screws in your desk and slide this onto it. I have never had very good luck with that. And this desk is made out of darn near stone. So getting screws into it that are small enough to still slide into these little channels doesn't work very well. So what I'm looking at doing, my idea, is going to be to come up, put the strip like this up against the desk, bottom of the desk, and then just come up with these little arms on either side that'll hold it up. So I'm probably going to do one design for this strip and just make 4 of them, one for each corner. So the strip is 33.4 millimeters. So we're just going to call it 34 millimeters. So I've got a little bit of wiggle room. And just because I'm not certain if I want to do one at each corner or if I want to do something that kind of comes across the entire strip and then holds it down on either side, like one big piece, I'm going to get a dimension on the overall width of the strip. And that is 106 millimeters. My cat would like to come see us. I don't know if she's going to show up on camera. Hi, Willow. You can come say hi to the people. Here's Willow. Willow. Yeah, she's not having it. Oh my goodness, though. Listen. You're on camera. So that's the first strip. That's what I need to know about it. It's 34 millimeters tall, and if I span the whole thing, it's 106 millimeters wide. And then I'll just come up with, I don't know, 25 millimeters for the width of the strip that goes across it, maybe. That sounds kind of good. And I've got a strip over here. I'm going to have to reposition. All right, so we're going to jump into Fusion, Autodesk Fusion, formerly Fusion 360. And we're going to start with the numbers that I wrote down for that white power strip, which was that it's 34 millimeters high, 106 millimeters across. And I'm just going to make these strips about 19 millimeters. I think will be sturdy enough with like a 3 millimeter thickness overall for the strips. So we need to get started. And I'm going to work on the XY plane just because it's kind of what I'm used to working on. and got to figure out how I want to do this. This is not one that I'm going to know real well because this is a little different. Also, it's important to know what fasteners you're going to use. These are 1 1/2 inch, um, which puts them at 38 millimeters, give or take. So I'm going to need to take that into consideration when I make the the thickness of the attachment area, because I don't want these screws trying to come up through the top of the desk. So, how do I want to start this one? Because normally I start at the bottom and work up, and this time I'm making a little bracket, and I'm a little confused how I want to do that. Okay, I'll lay it on its side, I guess. So, let's take and make a foot, right, that's going to go on the desk. And we'll make that, I make this 19 mils thick. That leaves me 19 mils, right? I don't know if I want that much. Yeah, let's go with a 19 mil height. And I probably only need that much for the foot, for the attachment area as well. Oh, now I've pooched it. Hang on a second. That's not what I want. I want to take... I want to pretend we've got this thing laying on its side, and we're looking down at it on its side. And then I'm going to extrude it up. So if I make it like that, and then I need a total height under, I need it to come up so that there's a clearance of 34 inches for the part. So we're going to slide this over here. We're going to grab another rectangle, and I can put chamfers on this later if I want to round things off a little bit, or just reduce the amount of material that's being used. But we'll come up from this point, go an overall of 34 millimeters by 3. So we've already got 3 with the thickness of this piece, so we need to come up 31. And again, we want to keep it 3 mils wide, because that's all the thicker it needs to be, and to be strong enough without wasting material. And just for reference, yeah, let me just drop that. Hang on. You tell I scripted these ahead of time? For reference, this is a speaker bracket that I made, and this was the first draft. I needed more lift than what I had initially designed, and these are plenty strong enough, because that's just a little outline. 3 mils is plenty of sidewall, or plenty of thickness for a PLA part to do what I'm doing with it. Now we needed 34 between this and this for the strip to fit. And then we need to come over 106 wide. Let's add the 3 mils for both wall thicknesses. We'll start here. We'll just come over this way. So we need 112 overall for the width. And we're going to keep it again at 3 mils thick. And then I wonder if I can just copy this piece. Is there a way to flip as well? That would be kind of cool. I'm sure there is. I just don't, I'm still learning the program. So anyway, copy. Can I then paste it? Like a control V kind of situation? No, it's not. If I say move copy, how do I tell it to... Huh. Oh well. So again, I'm still learning, and we'll just do this the hard way. Start this in again. Same dimensions as the other side. We'll go 3 for our thickness, 31 Boom, and we've got that. We'll take another one. Started at this corner. And we want 19 this way. And it's already got 3 that way. So that's our part looking down at it. We're going to hit finish sketch on that for a second because I want it to be one piece, and it should be now, so that when I go back to solid, oops, excuse me, and hit extrude, oh, I'm going to have to take all of it. Okay. There's a process by which you can make this all act as one piece, and I missed it somewhere. But all I'm going to do is hit control on all of these. And I'm going to make it about 3/4 of an inch thick. So we're going to hit 19, extrude it up. And now you can see we've got a bracket. Of course, we need some screw holes in it. And I did not actually check the diameter of these. But we can do that while we're sitting here. That's not the right screw. We can do that while we're sitting right here together. So I've got my caliper. And I'm just going to check it at the thread. That'll be the thickest part. We'll go with it's an even 4 mils. So we'll give ourselves an even 4 mils for the holes, and we'll try and get them dead center into this. This was 19 mils. Halved is, 9.5. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back into solid. We need to click this surface. We're just going to take a hole, make it 4 mils. Then we're going to place it between here at 9.5, which is not what I typed, is it? There we go, 9.5, like that, which should give us the same amount down here, except the computer's being silly with me for some reason. If I go here to here, it's also 9.5. So that math checks out. Now I want to center it this way. I think I'm just going to go 9.5 in again from the side. I think that's going to be the right way to do it. Nope, that's not. Come on. No, I don't want a radius. Why is it trying to do a radius? What? Something's not right. Hang on. Okay. Supposed to measure from this point to this point now. There we go. And I want to do it again at 9.5. Yeah, I like that. No, 9.5. See, hang on. There we go. We'll lock that in. Then we'll come over to this side and we'll do the same thing. We'll make our 4mm hole. This way. 9.5. And this way. 9.5. Now we've got the same part. And we're going to go back up to solid. Extrude. We need to select both of these holes. And then we're going to put in -3. Like that. And I'll come back into the orbit mode. And what you can see is we've got a bracket now to hold down. I'll make 2 of these, one for each end of that white power strip. And that'll be a nice, easy hold down bracket. So that'll take care of that one. I'm going to go ahead and save this project like that. I just called this one white power strip, so I know what I'm talking about. And then what I need to do is export it because Fusion saves everything to a cloud. And I need to come down here to STL file and export it. Okay, and then we're going to switch over to Orca for a moment. I've got a new build plate opened in Orca already. And then we're going to look for our new file.
called white power strip. And we're going to tell Orca to auto orient it. And we're going to clone it so that we've got 2. There it is on the print bed. And I'm going to slice that and save it. Like that. I think. No, let's just call it. There. Now I know what I'm talking about. I don't have my thumb drive in the computer right now, so I can't just export it out to the drive, which is fine. There's a button here for new plate. There we go. Add plate. Oh no, I don't. Well, let's see. I don't want to do that. Delete this plate because I want a new That's totally what I wanted. I want a whole new project, and I screwed this all up. So let's hit the magic undo button. There we go. New project. And when we get this next bracket or set of brackets made for the black power strip, we will put them on a plate of their own. We're going to get a new design going here. You save right away. That way, just in case your work crashes, it's cloud saved. And you'll be able to come right back to where you left off. Again, I'm used to the XY axis, so we're going to start there. And the other strip, I don't remember if I'm going to get as lucky with. I think I am. I think I'm just going to do the same basic design as what I just did. As this. So again, I'll model it on its side, but with the different dimensions that I wrote down. So we'll go through this again real quick one more time. So this one is going to be height is really the only difference. So I still want 19 millimeter feet by 3. So let's grab this guy. We'll start from here. It wants our width first, so we're going to put that in. You hit tab, you come over to get that. Boom, there's our foot. Did I set? It's not going to show me that anymore, is it? Hang on, I'm curious. I can't remember. I can't remember if I made the foot 19 mils and then I built off of, like on top of it, or did I build next to it? So what we're going to do is click on the face here. And at the bottom right, that says 19 mils. So that lets me know I did build on top of that pad. So I'll take my 19 mils here. And I need to go up a total of 27. We've got a 3 mil side, 3 mil, 3 mil thickness already. So we can go up 24. Like that. And I'm really trying to be uniform about how I made this, and I just don't remember. So is this my, let's see, that's my, where was my height on this one was 34. Where did I put my 34 in? I must have put it in here. Okay. So then I set the next piece inside of it, right? Yep. All right, so we'll set this piece inside. And it needs to be 106. And it really doesn't matter where you drag it. You just, nope, sorry. I misspoke slightly. Undo that. You anchor it where you want it to start. You drag it out. You don't do anything. The boxes are already highlighted. So we want 3 mils thick. And we need 106 millimeters across. Hit enter. It locks it in. Now we're just going to wash and repeat over here. Lock this like this. Come down this way. So we need 24 for the height. 3 for the thickness. One more. We're going to finish this foot off. Is 19. And it already knows the 3 because it's back to the baseline for the plate. Or for our project. Finish that sketch. Select all the pieces to, we're going to hit, oh, we're back to the solid mounting already. So we're going to hit control. Why is it not? It's fighting me a little bit. I want to select the faces, not the walls. Like that. Face. And you hit control with each one of these. Or hold control, rather. Extrude. We're going to come up 19 millimeters again. Zoom out a little bit. Let's spin it around and make our bolt holes. Just like we did for the last one. You come back up to solid. Select what where you want to work. You can go back to either of the planes or a surface of your part. And we're putting a hole in, so we want to do it there. 4 mils. And we need to place the hole in the right spot. We're going to do 9.5 from each side. 9.5 mils there. Come this way. 9.5 mils there. That's locked in. Do one more hole over here. 4 mils. 9.5 mils like that. This way at 9.5 mils. And then we need to come back to solid. Extrude, we need to select both of these holes. So we're going to hold control and click on both of them. And we need a -3 because we want to make a hole. Spin around our part. Yeah, there we go. Looks good. We'll save this. And then we're going to export it as well as an STL file. Okay, it's already got that selected. That's good. We'll come back into Orca. Got our new build plate. And we need 2 of these as well, so we'll clone it. Tell it to auto arrange. Have it slice it. And we'll save that. And it looks like this set's 2 hours. And I'm not sure. Oops. Not sure where the other project went. I must have closed it. So it's going to be about 2 hours to print those sets of brackets, those pairs of brackets each. So that's not too bad. When I did these, I think the 4 took me 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours. And I've got little speakers on my desk laying down. And, well, I'm a bit taller than the desk, so I wanted to be able to prop them up. So I just made these little stands. The speaker hooks in, kind of sets at the back edge of it and sets on it like so. So it just props it up a little bit. And worked out really well. I didn't have to make it twice. Technically, the first print was okay. But I realized I could have tilted it higher. And so I went back into Fusion and I just added a little height to the front of that foot. So that's really all there is to it. Once you get it done in Fusion, you take it over to Orca, slice it, throw it on a thumb drive, and send it over to your 3D printer. So I'm going to wrap this up and put this one on YouTube.